Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, your source for Ford news, update, and information with a video on the 2024 Ford F-150 Lightning. We are going through our complete guide videos on this. We'll cover all the standard equipment plus the different optional equipment that's available on each of the different trim levels. And we're on the XLT trim level, which is, in my opinion, the first customer trim level, because that Pro really is dedicated to those companies and those businesses looking for that truck that they can take to their job site and such. In my opinion, XLT is the first really one. I know. Yeah, it's available for the others as well, and we'll get into that. But in this video, we're going to cover all the standard equipment and optional equipment on the XLT trim. And so what are you going to get for $57,495? That's what we're going to talk about in this video as we go through this and talk about all the standard equipment. Order banks are open up right now for the 2024 model year. You will not see it on Ford's website. We're going to look at that in just a second, and you'll see that they don't have the online ordering available. So you will need to find your certified Model E dealers. Hopefully you have a good local one that you can find. We are taking orders, so we are certified Model E elite dealers, so we can take all these orders that we need to. Anybody that wants to, we have special pricing available as well. We'll get into that. There's a timestamp on the vehicle or on this video that we'll talk about that, as well as our YouTube special on top of that as well. So, but find your good local Model E dealer, and you can go in and order through them. If you're out there going, the whole purpose behind this is I wanted to be able to order online and have it delivered. It gets delivered to that dealership, and you still have to go to the dealership to do all the paperwork and such like that. We're getting e-commerce available real soon, and then you'll be able to do all the payments and everything there, but you still need to go to the dealership to pick up your vehicle. Keep that in mind. And so building that's available on there. So building price, we're going to go through some of that stuff, what's available. Building price isn't up yet. We'll talk about some of the differences in this video. I did do one on changes last week. You can check that video out if you want to see what's the difference between 23 and 24. This and here, we'll go through those as well in this video specific to the XLT trim. So I think without further ado, don't forget, if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I think you'll like our videos. That way you don't miss any of those videos. We're going to go through the whole playlist. We're going to be we did a Pro version already. We're going to be talking about XLT in this video, the Flash Edition, the Lariat, as well as your Platinum Edition too. So a full playlist. At the end, you'll be able to click on that playlist and see all those once we all have them up and done. So we're going to do one each day this week. So hopefully you guys get all that information. Okay. Without further ado, let's move on over. I'm going to show you the building price just for a little bit and kind of go over some things here. Click on the right thing. There we go. So you can see on Ford's website, if you click on vehicles, so you can click on vehicles and go to electrified, and you're going to see the Lightning. That's pretty much what this page here is that I'm on. 23 F-150 Lightning. So you might be asking, if I can't put an order in for 23, why is the build-in price still available for 23? And that's because the build-in price and the dealer inventories are all together. They are all combined together. So it needs one to be able to power the other. So as long as there's inventory on dealer lots, you're going to see a build-in price available, just so you know that. So vehicles are starting at $49,995, not for XLT. It's really weird. Anyway, but we're going to go through and talk about this for this year. Let's go ahead and let's just click in here the building price so you can see that. So we do have last year Pro XLT. This year we do have the Flash and then Lariat and Platinum. So how did they do this breakdown? So XLT trim is starting at $57,495 for this year. So it did go up a little bit. We'll talk about some of the differences a little bit. And the XLT only comes in the standard range. So you might be figuring, what about the extended range? That's what the Flash Edition is for. So they pretty much took the XLT and made it in two different trim levels now, instead of to try to simplify things, instead of having this equipment group and such. And okay, this equipment group, but if you want to extend the range, you got to go to this too. They're making it more simplified this year. Standard range, XLT, extended range is the Flash. We're going to be, again, look for that video. We'll cover all that in that video. So first off, we're going to jump into the standard range, since that is the only range available, and cover this. So fully boxed steel frame, with 8 cross members in this, of course. Those batteries are going to sit right in there in those frame rails, as you can see there. We do have dual motors here, one on each of the axles. 4x4 is standard equipment on these with the rear e-locking axle for this. 98 kilowatt usable capacity standard range battery for this, single onboard charging, which means we don't have the dual charger on this. A lot of extended ranges was getting dual chargers. We'll talk about that on those when we get to those different trim levels that get that. Level 2 peak charging rate is 11.2 kilowatts. So no need for you to order those 80 amp pro chargers or anything. This vehicle won't really see a benefit of that. Just go with your 48 amp for your house to put in your house and everything. Your house probably can handle that and charge with that. Still allows you to be able to do DC fast charging, though. That doesn't change anything. What the dual onboard charger does is it takes that AC to DC charging so that your level 2 charging can be faster if you're on like an 80 amp or above level 2 charger. That's thank you, though. There's someone that actually educated me on that because I wasn't sure about that. So thank you for those that helped educate me on that. We do have electric engine cooling fan here that's going to help cool off those batteries and the motors there. We do have electric parking brake with auto hold. So it's going to hold that brake. In fact, this has the one pedal drive mode as well. So you can go in one pedal drive, and it's going to be, I like to tell some people that have never driven an EV golf cart. Have you ever, right? Because as you press the brake, you let go of the brake, it starts to slow down. That's kind of the way that works. So there you go. That's how that'll all work there. We also do have the heavy duty dual front shocks for this as well. So pretty cool on how that works. Front and rear coil springs, independent rear suspension, front and rear stabilizer bar as well. This also does have the E-Pass power rack and pinion steering. And then also we do have this year new is a heat pump as well. So a lot of people have been asking for that. So this is going to help that cold weather efficiency for your battery. I know my 22 F1 Lightning that I had, that thing, the cold weather just sucked that battery down. This heat pump was going to help with that. Thank you, Ford. Glad you brought this over. We needed that. And selectable drive modes will include a normal, a sport, tow haul, and an off-road mode for this as well. So make sure you use those drive modes in those situations so it can be more efficient. Now let's talk about some safety features here. And this is all the same safety features as we did see with the Pro version. In fact, I don't think they changed from last year either. So for this in here, for the airbags, driver and front passenger dual stage airbag deploys a different size airbag, depends on how close you are to the front of the vehicle. We do have driver and front passenger side impact airbags. Comes from the side of that seat. If you have that side collision, it's going to deploy that, help protect that from that side collision there. Also, we do have safety canopy side curtain airbags with a rollover sensor. So it's going to deploy down that to help from breaking glass and sheet metal coming into the vehicle. So we do also have the Ford Copilot 360 2.0 is included with this. So with this in here, we do have pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking, includes pedestrian detection. So it detects pedestrians walking in front of you, also other vehicles. So it does have front collision warning. So it's gonna give you a warning that you will make sure you hear. You'll hear that. And then also a light that lights up on the dash to let you know there's something that you need to brake because the vehicle in front of you is going slower than you. And at the current speed, you're going to hit them. And also gives you dynamic brake support that helps brake the vehicle too in those situations. We do have the BLIS system, blind spot information system with cross traffic alert. So the way that works is if there's someone in your blind spot, it puts a light in the corner of that mirror unless it's not safe to go in that lane at that time. Also, cross traffic alert, if you're going to back up, someone crosses your path behind you, it's going to alert you. Use those same sensors, a series of tones that you need to stop and not back up, flashes on the productivity screen, everything else. Even if you look up on your backup camera, it's going to show you which direction they're coming from so you know when it's clear. Lane keeping system, and this works with or without your cruise control on. So lane keeping is going to help keep you in your lane when you have that activated. So there's an alert system and aid system. So the alert system will allow you to leave your lane, but when you cross over that line, it's going to vibrate the steering wheel and let you know you've left your lane. The aid system will help keep you in your lane, so it'll try to go over that line and keep you within those lines. You can use these together, aid and alert, both. what it'll do is when you get to that line, it'll vibrate the steering wheel, but still try to keep you in your lane. And then driver alert, it's going to alert you if you take your hands off the steering wheel too often. So in those situations, we do have rear view camera as part of the system, also reverse brake assist, and reverse sensing system. So you're going to be able to see behind you as you're backing up. You get closer to something, it's going to use those sensing system. If you're not paying attention to that, it'll brake the vehicle if you do not stop. Also, post-collision braking is included in this package. So if you're in an accident, maybe you don't put the vehicle in park, something like that. Maybe you're unconscious. It's going to brake the vehicle post-collision. And then we have the auto high beams as well. So that means it'll turn those high beams on if it's dark enough outside. You're in the city lights or someone approaches you, it'll shut them off. That is something you can activate and deactivate in your lighting section of vehicle settings screen, as well as pretty much all those features you have to activate or deactivate in your settings for you under your vehicle settings, and sometimes under the driver assist features as well. Advanced track with roll stability control to help you keep you on your intended path. Has curve control as well to help with that. So it's used a series of brakes on the vehicle, different wheels to help keep you going where you need to be going in that slick road, maybe go into the curb too fast. We do have SOS post-crash alert system that's going to honk the horns, flash the lights if you're in an accident off the side of the road. 911 assist as well that helps call 911 directly if you have that Bluetooth-enabled phone connected and you have that activated. And then as you're backing up, to let people know that you're backing up, it does have the audible vehicle alert system that's going to be beep, 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 so people know that you're backing up. Perimeter alarm as well. So when you lock the vehicle, walk away from the vehicle, it's going to secure that up so that if someone tries to break inside of it, it's going to honk the horns and it's going to flash the lights and everything like that. All right. Covered all that. Now let's dive back in and talk about the exterior features. Okay, now let's talk about the front of the vehicle here on the on the F-150 Lightning. First, let's talk about that open front area. So front trunk area there. We do not have an engine. So because of that, you can open that up. It opens from the grill. The grill goes up with the hood, which is really cool, and giving you some usable front, large frunk area is what they call it, front trunk area. So you can put up to 400 liters of cargo in there, 400-pound cargo limit on the front of that. So much stuff you can put in there. It has 2.4 kilowatt of Pro Power on board inside that area with 4 outlets and 2 USB ports in there. So you can power different things. Great for tailgating. It's not tailgating if you're using your front, though. Front gating. I don't know. Anyway, so you can have that. That'll be enjoyable. For this year, they did upgrade the wording here for the grill for the XLT. So it has the same wording as the XL for the grill. It says carbon black, but with a signature light bar that goes across there. So I assume it's going to have the same grill as the Pro version, but with a different, but with the light bar across there. We do also have the body colored bumpers instead of the black from that. Front tow hooks are going to be black up here because it's standard 4-wheel drive. You do have open active grille shutters in there, open and close where it needs to. For your headlights, we have LED projector automatic headlights. Come on, automatically when it gets dark, shut off when it gets light when you have an auto setting. Dynamic bending as well, which means it'll help light up the intended path. Daytime running lights as well that can be configured on during the daytime. So that's the front area there. Now let's move around to the side. I think I got to go to this one. There we go. Now for the side, we do have 20-inch alloy dark carbonized gray wheel. So this is showing that what the wheel looked like in last year. So this year they have upgraded and changed that. The standard XLT wheel now is a 20-inch alloy dark carbonized gray wheel. That was the wheel that was optional in that 312A package or 31. Anyway, the upgraded package. Now it's standard equipment, including the all-season tires, tire pressure monitoring system, 4-wheel disc brake with ABS, and don't forget about the regenerative braking to help regenerate as much power as it can back by braking efficiently. So there you go. Black door handles, so molded in black there, as well as the mirror caps as well are going to all be included. The mirror will have power and heat glass there. We do have turn signal indicator on the outside as well. LED side view mirror spotlights as well, so you can cast those out from each of those. They have a button for left and the right. Yeah, and then keyless entry remote with the flip key, it says here. I'll have to double check on that. Yeah, I believe so. We do have the security code keyless entry keypad on the driver's side, right over here, so you can do that. A lot of people love the keypad, by the way. Didn't realize how many people did like that. So you're going to have that as well. We do have the fixed running boards on the side, not illuminated this year like they were last year. Something to note. They are black, fixed, extended, as you can see there. Those are what you're going to see on the side of them over there. And then, of course, the door there opens up. That's your charging door. And I think they're still going to have one on both sides. The one on the driver's side is the only one that you can actually charge with there. So I should say there's going to be a fender look like this on the other side, but only this side is going to be allow you to charge. So, and I have seen some images of the new black edition that only has one, doesn't have one on the passenger side. So I'm not sure if that's going to be a change for 24, but it's nothing is noted in the order guide to the effect. So, all right, moving to the back. There we go. We do have LED center high mounted stoplight on the back. So up here, so it kind of lights that up. And being LED, you do see that camera up there. So we're going to talk about that in a second. We do have rear defrost with rear privacy glass and side privacy glass on these ones as well. We do have a black tailgate handle back here like we did with the Pro version. Bumpers are body colored, just like the front ones. So they'll match with that. We do have a Class 4 trailer tow hitch with with trailer sway control as well. So you're going to have the wiring and everything there. We do get the tow technology package standard equipment for the XLT and above. From here on, the tow technology package is standard equipment. You don't have to add it as a package. That might be some of the upgrade in the pricing. So the price went up from basically $55, went up $2,500. Well, this package in itself is $2,000. So there's probably the biggest increase of upgrades for the equipment there. 360-degree camera, so you can see all the way around you. Pro trailer backup assist that allows you to be able to use that dial to back up the vehicle. Here, let's just go to this. Here you go. Again, that's included this year. So I guess it was only $1,300 this year for this. But you get Pro Trailer Backup Assist. Use that dial to be able to back up your trailer. And then Pro Trailer Hitch Assist. It also uses that dial when you don't have a trailer connected. That allows you to back up right to that trailer. Also, Trailer Brake Controller is not included in the tow technology package, by the way. I want to make sure you know that. Trailer Reverse Guidance is also allow you to be able to see down the side of that trailer. That's also included. We also do get the smart hitch and the onboard scales this year included. Last year that was removed, as you can see. This year it is included and going to be in standard equipment on all XLTs and above. Pretty awesome. Smart trailer tow connector as well comes with that too. Now, hey, we'll just use this image. Right here we do have the under the tire. Spare tires can be up underneath on the frame. It does say in here, I don't know if it carried that over from last year, but I don't know if it'll be an 18 or 20 inch, but it actually doesn't mention an upgrade to the spare tire for this, but I assume it's going to match with the other tires or the other wheels. Jack also is going to be behind in the cargo area behind the seat, or in the passenger area behind the back seat, should say. Tailgate key lock, it says, but I think it should lock and unlock with the doors. We do have tailgate lift assist as well, removable tailgate, so you can remove that tailgate. We do have box links, so inside there'll be some tow hooks in there, but also some plates to be able to connect the box link system, which they kind of did away with the wording on the gas versions, but kept it for this. We do have a bed storage box, so passenger side back here we'll have a storage box. If you want to know what that looks like, check out the Maverick. They're out in the Mavericks now. I think that's where they got this idea is from the Mavericks. People on the Mavericks really love them and are utilizing those. Also, on the other side, you're going to have your Pro Power on board. 2.4 kilowatt of power over there. 2 outlets over there as well to be able to use. And then also it's going to have zone lighting. So it's going to use all the lighting from your backup cameras and your LEDs, lights, and everything to light up the vehicle around it. The spotlights and everything over here to kind of cast a zone lighting around the vehicle, which is really cool. You can use the app or in the car to be able to do that. And then moving to the interior. So let's go to these interior shots. There we go. Interior wise, we do have carpeted flooring with carpeted floor mats, standard equipment, front and rear scuff plates like on the Pro version. illuminated entry that's going to light up here inside the cargo area. For the seats, cloth seating for this. So this is where you upgrade from the vinyl to the cloth. Front bucket seats with a flow-through console, floor shifter as well. Interior work surface, standard equipment with this one here. So should have the interior work surface. And then the driver will get an 8-way power driver seat with power lumbar, and the manual seat will be the same as it was on the Pro version, except now you also get manual lumbar too there. So power lumbar for the driver, manual lumbar for the passenger, as well as manual seat for the passenger. Heated seat for the driver and front passenger, so it'll warm that up. Be included also in your remote start features too. In the back, 60/40 flip up seat cushion. You can flip that up if you need to for storage. It does say under seat storage here. So I'm not sure. I think there's little bins actually in those. So it's not the partitioned, but there's bins underneath the seats to store things in. Now for your windows, power windows, one touch up and down for the front windows means you hard press it down. They're going to go down. You don't have to hold them. Coming up is the same way. And that's for the front windows, not the back windows. Power locks with auto lock means you go on a certain speed. It's going to lock it up. We do have the 12-inch digital productivity screen here. Of course, your compass display, outside temperature display, your speedometer, tachometer, your range, that kind of stuff on there. We do have power adjustable pedals. They'll go forward and back. That'll be really nice for you. You do have the manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. So just pull a lever underneath. That steering will go up and down, forward and back. We do have leather wrapped steering wheel as well for the XLT trim. Cruise control on the steering wheel, and we do have speed sign recognition, standard equipment on XLT trim as well. So it'll see that speed signs and notify you and let you know with alerts that the speed sign has changed and that you might be speeding. Also, we have dual zone climate control. So the driver and front passenger have 2 different temperatures. Auto dimming rear view mirror as well. So you don't have to worry about that. It'll automatically dim the mirror on those cars come up behind you with those bright lights. AM/FM stereo with 6 speakers, Sirius XM satellite radio with a 360L, Sync 4 system with the new enhanced voice recognition system, 12-inch touchscreen there for you with the information on demand, which means that you have a panel over there. You can just swipe it over and it'll bring it over. Right now you're seeing the navigation screen in the bigger format. So there's a little expand button you click on. We do have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Digital owner's manual, navigation built in for 3 years of trial for that. The visors up above, they are covered mirrors on those visors. And we do have the Ford Pass Connect, allows you to stay connected to the vehicle using the Ford Pass app. It's a free app you download, connect your vehicle in. You can remote start your vehicle from anywhere, unlock and lock your vehicle from anywhere, schedule remote start times, see the tire pressure on your tires, where your vehicle is located, everything through all that, and even power your trip. So manage your trip and power it, as well as paying for your charging on your app through that Ford Pass app. So there you go. That's all our standard equipment. Let's talk about paint colors for a second real quick and what's standard. We're still talking about what's standard under 47,495. So let's talk about, get the right page here, paint colors for XLT for this year. So interior wise, medium dark slate interior, just like in the Pro version. That is the same for this year as well. And on the Pro version here, we do have the Gate Black is available this year. Antimatter Blue. It's darker than that. Let me tell you that. That's even in the sun, it's not quite that light. But we do have Antimatter Blue. Avalanche is available for this year, and I think is that this color? No, that's this color here. It's a little darker than that. It's a gray-white color there, so that is available. Carbonized gray is available. Flip to that. There you go. That carbonized gray, a little darker than that, actually. Iconic silver is also available, and a little darker than that for the silver. Oxford white is available. There you go. That's pretty accurate. And we do have rapid red tinted clear coat. That is $495. That's an extra cost color there. That is available as well. Stone gray is not available anymore this year, so that will not be available for you, as well as the azure gray will not be available for you this year either. So that is no longer available. So there you go. So, and then interior color I did mention is it says medium dark slate cabin environment. So it'll look like this. So that kind of that gray there. So there you go. That is our color options. And so far, everything we've talked about so far, again, standard equipment for $57,495 for the equipment of the vehicle. And that's what's considered for your tax credit right there. So that would be, you'd be under your tax credit to be able to qualify for $7,500 tax credit. The destination to delivery charge is $2,095 this year. So it went up $100. But that price is not included in your price for tax credit. So just so you know that, and wasn't included in my starting at price either. So, so there you go. So that's everything there. Now let's talk about some different optional equipment though. So for this year, it's a little different than last year. So last year on the XLT, you could get the extended range, and there was this 312A package that is not available this year. So this year XLT pretty much is only 311A. So that is your standard package or standard equipment there. And the battery that's going to come, we already talked about the standard range, 98 kilowatt standard range battery is standard equipment. Late availability, we're not sure when it'll be available. Usually that's halfway through the production year. So we're probably talking spring of 24 before it's going to be available. Is that new LFP battery that's less susceptible to the cold. That battery, it'll be a standard range battery. We don't know how big a battery it's going to be yet. Right now, it's saying that the price is not available. So we don't know if that means that it's going to be a no charge option to go to that battery or not. So we still don't have enough information yet on that. And Ford's not letting us know that. On the XLT trim, there's not, the extended range is not available on XLT. Just so you know that if you want extended range, you want XLT equipment, you need to go to the Flash Edition and that trim level. So just keep that in mind. Now, let's talk about some different packages that are available. We already talked about the tow technology package is standard equipment on the XLT trim. But the Max Trailer Tow package, which is the same $1,100 this year, this package is available. And what this is going to do is it's going to take that standard range battery from 5,000 pounds of towing capacity to 7,500 pounds of towing capacity by giving some extra cooling hardware. So additional cooling hardware for you on the battery and the electric motors to help increase that towing capability. Some people want this just because they want to be able to keep their vehicle cool in the summertime. So if you live down, in California, Arizona, some of those places, you may want this just to help keep your vehicle cooled off a little bit. So this tow package, by the way, does require, just like last year, the 9.6 kilowatt Pro Power on board, which is optional equipment. So speaking of that, let's talk about standalone options here for a second. And I want to talk about, I'm not going to talk about all standalone options like I have in the past and some of my other videos. We're going to talk about the freestanding options and your accessories that are available. Those would all be put on at the factory. We're going to talk about those, and then we'll probably will not talk about dealer styled options. So, and we'll break these out in this. Now, that is showing, so that's technically the standard wheel. So let me click on that. So that is your standard wheel for this year. So this other wheel is not available. That's just the Pro version. So each trim level, actually the XLT and the Flash will share a wheel, but all the other trim levels will get their own wheel. So there you go. Now, first off, speaking of that, you can get an all-terrain tire, though. It's going to come standard with an all-season tire. But if you want to upgrade, all-terrain tire is available. And I've been telling people prices on these things as I've been going through those. Here we go. So the tires are $150 extra if you go with that route this year as well. So I think that was the same price as it was last year. All right. So something else that's pretty big for this year is that's optional equipment, and that is the 9.6 kilowatt Pro Power on board. I believe that's down here. So it's showing it as standard equipment, but it's not. It is optional equipment. So that is I think it was $950, $1,200 for the Pro Power on board for this year. So $1,200 to add that. That gives you the 4 outlets in the bed, gives you 240 outlet as well in there. So that's going to give you all that, going to give you extra. It's 7.2 kilowatt of power in the bed, another 2.4 in the cab area as well. So you actually have 3 different zones for that when you're looking at that in your screen. So there you go. That is an optional equipment. So it's optional on every trim level, by the way, in case you want to know that. Also for this, we do have the tailgate step. Where was that listed? It was up here. Tailgate step is also optional equipment for you. Gives you the tailgate step, and it's not showing in here. Oh, right here it is. It was standard equipment last year. So tailgate step with the work surface, that is optional equipment for this year. It says it included in a 312A equipment. This year, it's because that equipment group's not available, is standalone option for this year, and the price on that is $430. So really not too expensive for that if you want that. So that's also included there. We also get the floor liners. So a couple different options for floor liners. Were those available last year? Anyway, floor liners, while you do have our optional equipment, you can get them with or without the mats. So let me look at pricing here for these. So with the mats, it's $200. Without the mats, it's $160. So that is your options there for floor liners. And then front license plate bracket. So if you're in a state that requires a front license plate, standard equipment, you're going to have it. If you're in a state like Kansas that does not require front license plate, it is a no charge option, but you want to make sure you add it to your order. If you're ordering from us and you're in a state that requires 2 tags, make sure you let us know to make sure it's on your order. A lot of times we'll just add it anyway, just so you have it. Now I want to talk about some Ford accessories that are also available for you that would be put on at the factory before it sends out. And so because of that, these options will probably take longer to get your vehicle scheduled for production as well as get produced too. So that's why I like a lot of these. I like to tell people, don't put those on there. Let us do those later. And one of them is the Tough Bed Spray and Liner. Now this year they are really producing more. $595 this year as well. They are doing a lot better job of putting these in a quicker manner. So this shouldn't hold up your build if you do put it on there, but that is available. Drop-in bed liner is not available in XLT trim this year. So just so you point that out there. And then we do have some tonneau cover. Again, I say you do these later. We do have a soft folding. It is $590 this year as well. That's available. The hard folding, which is $1,200 this year, was last year as well. And then the retractable tonneau cover pickup box cover is $2,200. Again, those did not change prices this year. Those are also available, so you can get those too. These are not compatible with your toolboxes, which are also Ford accessories that would be put on before the vehicle ships out. There's an aluminum crossbed by WeatherGuard, and then there's a premium aluminum by WeatherGuard. They are now what did I say in the last video? $950 for those. Yeah, $950 now this year for those instead of $880. So those are all of our Ford accessories and such. Now, one other thing we want to talk about also, and that is charging. This mobile power cord, $500. Don't forget to add that if you want it. So you do not get any kind of cords or anything with your vehicle as standard equipment. You now have to pay for that mobile power cord, $500 for that this year as well. So you'll want to make sure you put that on there if you want that. So those are all those factory installed options. Everything else you're seeing are dealer installed options. So if you want to add them to your vehicle, that's fine. It's just they'll be shipped to the dealer and dealership will put it in your vehicle for you. So why not just get it through Ford Accessories yourself? Some of these things are also available this year. Again, drop-in bed liners not available. And they also removed the bed tray liner for this year. Some of this bed tray that is not available this year. And then cargo nets and such, those are available. Again, they're dealer installed options, so they'd be shipped to the dealer. And I would keep those to a very minimum if you're going to add those. But it's something you can add if you want. There's your floor liners, first aid kits. Get that through Ford Accessories. Some of these things. Anyway, so there you go. That is all of that. So again, all the standard equipment, all the different options as well for you in this one video. Hopefully you guys did find it of some pretty good value. Again, order banks are open up right now. So you can go to your local dealers, certified Model E dealers, I should say, and order an F-150 Lightning. There's information on the XLT trim if you want to get one. We do have build and price on our website right now. I do encourage you, if you do go over there, feel free to use our website, build it out. Pricing should be all correct and everything. You won't see images where if you add something, it changes the look of the vehicle on ours because because we're getting images that Ford allows us to have. So you won't see that. But you will be able to see the changes in the pricing when you add those things to them and what's included in those packages and that kind of thing too on our website. Now, if you do fill the form out, expect a phone call from us, expect an email from us and such, because we think that you're wanting to go ahead and order a vehicle with us. So use our build and price all you want. If you want to work through your local dealer, you should still be able to print that off if you want and take it into your dealer. But if you're wanting to order from us, go ahead and fill that out. And that's an easy way to get that kick started, because then we have that build from that build and price that you filled out. And we need is your name and email address, I think, in there. And that's about it. Submit it to us. And we can get all the rest of the information in that first contact. So pricing wise. So again, order banks are open up. Go to your local Model E dealer. I will tell you this. Ford is saying that they're going with new transparency pricing when it comes to Model E and to the Lightning and to the Mach-E. That does not mean a dealer can't price the vehicle up. They can price it whatever they want. They just have to be transparent about it, and it has to be the same as what they are doing on the phone, as well as what they're doing online, and they're building in the vehicle and the pricing on Ford.com and on their website all have to match. That's what this is all about. It's about transparency pricing, so you're not surprised when you order and then you comes in and you're like, what? You're doing this? That's not what it says on Ford.com. So you need to go that route, because when you pick your dealer to price your vehicle, when you order it and you pick your dealer, that pricing will be dictated based on that dealership. So they can go above MSRP or below, like we are. So if you want to order from us, we are doing $2,000 below MSRP on XLT trim level. So if you want to order one, you can do, or you're going to get $2,000 off of MSRP pricing from McArthur. And you also, if you mentioned that you saw this video on YouTube and you don't live close to us, we'll give you up to $1,000 of travel expenses or shipping to ship the vehicle from us to you if you do go with standard rates. And the reason I say standard rates is we're transparent, not only our pricing, but also in this offer, is that we mean that it's not the special low interest rates that are going on. So sometimes on 23, like when you're in the middle of the model year, there'll be special interest rates and such. So if those come available, you can take those interest rates, but we can't include the free shipping with that. So hopefully that's again, transparent to you and how we're doing things. We do have a $495 dealer fee, very transparent about that as well. Nothing else is added to our vehicles. You might make sure your dealership knows a little bit about that. And we're one of the few dealers in the country that knows a little bit about price protection and even does instructional videos on how to get price protection from your dealer and how price protection works. So you might make sure your dealership knows about that too. What it basically means is what the price it is when you ordered it, that's the price you're going to get, even if the price goes up. So keep that in mind as well, and make sure the dealerships know a little bit about how price protection works too. So again, feel free, numbers down the description of this video to be able to call us. You go to our website, build it out, submit that form, and that starts out that. If you want to go that route too, you can contact us and do that too. So, but this video wasn't just about that, because we can't take all the orders here. Here's some great local dealerships. Go to those dealerships, put your orders in, and they do some great pricing as well. So thank you very much for watching this. We're not done yet. We have Flash, Lariat, and Platinum videos to do yet. Stay along with this journey with us. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that notification turned on. And until the next video, don't forget to stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you on the next video.